Okay, and welcome to a little video just explaining a bit about how to make the most out of this Trello Events and Occasions board. So I am Denise, or Dee as I like to be called, and I am from the blog Mum on a Mission for a Better Life. So I've made this board. If you're not used to using Trello and you're not sure how to get the board to become your own, because obviously if you were to write on this master events and occasions board, then everybody else that ever came here would also be able to see what you've written. So you don't want that to happen. So you need to get your own copy, and it's super simple. You literally just go to the menu and then click on more. Where is it? Copy board. So you just press copy board, and then you'll be able to, if I was to press copy board, yeah, then you can put in a title for what you want to call it. For my one, I've put my events and occasions board, so that I know that it's my personal one and not the master events and occasions board. And then you make sure that you've got these ticked, because you want to keep your cards and the template cards so that you know what you're doing when you're setting it up and stuff. So keep all those ticked, and then give yourself a title. Once you've got the title there, you'll be able to then create the board by clicking that button here. So it's nice and super simple. So once you've got your own board, and it's your personal board for you, then you can actually start using it. So it's really easy. Basically, what we've done here is we have all the months of the year, so you can just slide along and see all of the months as you go, up until December, and then I have a separate board at the end just for Christmas, and I will get to that one in a moment once we've been through using the other bits. Okay, so if you've just opened this board, and you should have already seen this, I'm guessing, because this will be where the link is for the video which you need. So and that will tell you a little bit there about how to get the video and how to copy the board and stuff. So I'm assuming you've seen that if you're watching this video. And then here you have your free templates. So you can also make your own. I'll get to that in a moment. I'm sorry, I do chatter a bit. I am a bit one of those people who goes off on a tangent a bit. But basically, the main three categories we've got here is you've got your birthdays, occasions, and then if you're going on holiday, like a vacation. So for your template card, all you do is say, oh, it's, I've got a birthday coming up in January. You click on template card, and then you click copy. And then here, you can write the person's name whose birthday it is. So just to say I've got somebody's birthday coming up called Mark, then I'll type his name in there. And I'm going to keep the checklist and labels because I want it to all stay the same. And then I create the card. It asks you where you want the card to go. So if you click on board, no, we want to keep it on that board, click on list, you can click the month. So I'm saying that I've got a person called Mark whose birthday's in January, so I'll click January and I'll create the card. So then I can come out of this now, and if you look on January, we now have Mark's birthday already on the board. So then I open it up, and in here I will write the date that is his birthday. Which we'll say, just click on it and you can edit it. We'll say his birthday is the 22nd of January. So I'll just write Mark 22nd, so I know that that's when his birthday is. I know it's a birthday because it's got the birthday label here. And then inside this bit here, we have a part that you can fill out. You can write down some ideas about, what sort of thing you might want to get the person for their birthday. You can put your budget in here as well. You might, especially if you're very good at your budgeting and you want to make sure that you're not overspending and things, it's good to put in what's the maximum amount that you want to spend on this person. Any important information, it could be his clothing size if you might want to buy him some clothes, or his favourite aftershave, or favourite type of chocolate that he likes. Is he a Star Wars fan? That kind of stuff. Write some information in there that you don't want to forget. And then I've also put in here a gift record. So then once his birthday's been and gone, you could write in there 2022, with a little dash, and then pop in there what you got him. Bought him a bottle of whiskey and some Star Wars slippers, and then in the following year, you know not to buy him a bottle of whiskey and Star Wars slippers because you don't want to keep giving him the same present over and over again. So it's a really handy way to keep up to date with what you're doing. And when you want to edit, your bits and bobs in here, you literally just click on it and you can fill in the ideas, that you've got there. So let's say we want to get this chap some Star Wars slippers. So we'll put that as an idea. There we go. And we'll say that our budget for Mark is £20. And we know that he's a Star Wars fan. And then we just put that there, ready to fill out what we got when we did, and then save it. Super simple as that. Now what I love about Trello is that it's a app that you can sync across all your devices and it will keep everything up to date. So I have the app on my phone as well. So I could be shopping in town and I might be in a shop where they've got a super sale on that I think, wow, there's some brilliant gift ideas in here. I can just open up the app, get this board up and think, right, whose birthday's coming up and what do I want to buy them? And I can even write notes in it as I'm out shopping so I don't forget things. Because we have so much that we have to try and remember in life, but sometimes it can feel like, your brain's going to explode. So the best idea is to get these little systems into your life that can record all that information for you and take away a lot of that pressure of all those things that are always swimming around in our minds. And that's one of the reasons that I made this board, and it's made things very simple for myself. And I hope that it will make things super simple for you guys too. Now getting back to what we're doing here, I've just got a little checklist here. You can edit it, you can add an item or you could delete some of the items or delete the whole thing if you don't like it. But I just put this little checklist in so that I know, say I go out and buy a load of birthday cards, then I can pop on to the people's that I've bought, just tick the box to say, oh, I've bought their card, and I've bought the present. But I haven't wrapped or written them yet, so I won't, tick that. And I haven't actually given them to the person yet, so I won't tick that. And then that keeps me up to date with where I am and what I'm doing, so I don't double buy cards and things like that. So that's a super simple thing, and obviously if you haven't done it yet, you can just uncheck it if you've checked it by accident, and that is all there for you to keep using. And what I also love about this is that you can have, once you've made this person and you know that's their date, you can then go on to dates and you can actually set up a reminder as well. So we're saying it's Mark's birthday on the 22nd of January. So we just tick on there what the date is. And there we go, 22nd of January. Oh, 23. That was because I was fiddling with it earlier. 2022. And then you can set up your reminder. The biggest reminder you can get, I do believe, is the 2 days before, yeah. But at least that still gives you a couple of days if you have forgotten anybody. So you've got a little reminder there. Sorry, I've got my mouse has gone funny. What's going on with that? Look at that technology for you. Well, it's still working, so we'll carry on. So where are we, Mark? So we've set up a date now. Save, yeah. Now we've set up the date. There we go. So now we can see it up here that on the 22nd of January, it is Mark's birthday. And the good thing about that is that now on your little box here, Mark's birthday is on there on January, and you can see it's the 22nd of January. You've got the little clock there to remind you. You've written it in yourself, so you're doubly sure when it is. But the main reason I put this little timer on is because if you go onto your calendar, which is up here, you can now see, look, Mark's birthday is already on the calendar. So that gives you a great look of what's coming up, I can see here that it was Mary's birthday actually today, so it's got a line for it saying that's been done, it was today. And then I know that it's Lauren's birthday here, and it's Mark's birthday here. So all of your events, when you've filled them all in, are all going to be popping up on this calendar to give you a brilliant quick look at what you've got coming up month by month. So I think that's a really good feature. Now, if you're getting a bit lost with what I'm saying, don't worry, because if you look on your example card of Lauren here, I've written down the information that I've been telling you there as well to remind you. And then obviously when you're ready to use the board for yourself, you can delete these cards because you won't need them anymore. So let's get rid of Mark. We don't need him. He was just for an example. And all you do, if you just, let me just do that in slow-mo, click the little pencil and then come down to archive, and he's gone. So that's how you get rid of the ones you don't want, and you can get rid of the cards that I've added in that you don't want as well, okay? So that is how you're going to record all of your birthdays, and it might sound like a long time, but it doesn't actually take very long at all, especially once you've got the hang of it. Just to put everybody into the calendar, you don't have to fill out all the bits straight away, just get their names and the dates, so, and put them in the right, boxes, and then that gives you that great outlook. And it's a great thing to do when you're setting up your calendar at the beginning of the year. And then, as the year goes on, you might make a new friend. Say you meet somebody called Claire and you think, oh, I really like this person, we've got on really well. And then you find out their birthday's the 22nd of April. Then you can just quickly whip your phone out and pop in there, 22nd of April, Claire, and then stick it on there ready to fill out at a later date, and you won't forget the birthday of your new friend. So you'll make a super impression that you've remembered. So it's really simple to do. So you can also do this with your occasions as well. So occasions, I think, are things like, you've got normal occasions like Valentine's Day, Easter, not Christmas because we have a separate board for that, but I don't know, what other occasions you may have that come up every year, Halloween, bonfire night, things like that. And then you've also got your occasions such as it's somebody's wedding, or it's an anniversary that you need to remember. Or a new baby's been born or something like that, and you want to give them a card and a present because their baby's due on such and such a day. Those are the sort of occasions that I think come under this label here. So when you want to add an occasion, it's exactly the same as we were doing before. You can just make yourself a copy of the template. You don't want to write on this template. You want to always copy your cards over, and then you can add it in to where it needs to go. So on here I've got Valentine's Day. Now you might not celebrate Valentine's Day, and that's the great thing about the board. You don't have to add that one if it's not something that you're bothered about celebrating. But because I like to do Valentine's Day, I've copied it across. And then you can just write, do you need to give a card or a gift for anybody? So you can write that in. What's your budget again? Is there any entertainment needed? Are you going to plan a party if it's Halloween or something? Any other information that you might want to put in there. And then some notes on past events. So again, you might want to say, oh, it was my daughter's first wedding anniversary and I bought her such and such. So I'd write that in again, and then I know that when it says second wedding anniversary, not to buy the same gift that I gave the year before. So it's all very simple. Once you get into the hang of it all, it becomes like clockwork, really. And there's probably a lot more you can do with it. I'm not a Trello expert or anything. I've only recently, about a year now, been really using it a lot and enjoying using it and finding that it is working for me, and these systems are really useful. And then finally we have here a template for if you're going on a vacation, or as we say in the UK, if we're going on holiday. So again, it's just another easy to do. You copy it over to where you want it to go and give it its name for wherever you're off to on your holidays. And then I've just put in some bits that you might want to use as a checklist, but again, it might not apply to you, so you can just delete it and do your own, add your own items for your checklist or what have you. I've just got things that I thought might be useful if you're going abroad: holiday insurance, airport parking, passports, visas, spending money, packing. Have you got to get pets or plants or a house sitter? Do you need to book time off from work? If you have, then you can check that off once you've booked your time off. Paying your balances by certain dates. Shopping that you might need for certain items. Have you booked your hotel, flights, transfers? All of that kind of stuff is all in the list there, and you can edit it and use it as you like. So that is kind of the gist of the basics of the board. And then, like I said, there's also at the end here, we have our own Christmas board as well. And this is a nice little way just to keep you up to date with what you're doing for Christmas, as an extra bonus, I suppose. And again, you can add extra cards down here, add a card, or you can delete some of the cards if they're not relevant to you. But I've just got a, here is where you can add your list of people that you're sending Christmas cards to. Check them off as you've done it. So you've got a Christmas card list checklist, so then you just add the names in of the people there, and then there'll be the little boxes come down, and then you can tick them off when you've sent them their cards, and then in the January you can reset it by unclicking all the names again, and you already have your list of names there ready to go for the following year. So it's quite handy because this board just can keep evolving with you, and you won't have to ever like make a new board again. It can just update itself as you go. And then we've got a gifts to buy card again, where you can write your items in that you want to buy. Menu planning, depending on what you do for your menus. It's all little blurbs about how to what to put into each one. There's an entertainment board to keep what's going to be happening that in December. December's our busy month. Have you got Christmas plays to see at school, your children's schools? Have you got church services that you need to go to, work, office parties, family events? There's so much going on, Christmas fairs, all sorts. So that can all go into your entertainment board, and then you'll know where and when you're meant to be doing things. There's a decorations board to add any notes about what decorations you're having. The all-important budget board to keep track of how much you are spending and how much you are supposed to be spending. And then there's a board for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, cleaning if you want to do any, house cleaning for guests or what have you, and an extras board just for the extra bits and bobs that don't fit onto the other cards really. So it's all there for you to keep, and then you'll have a record of what you did for that year, and then you can just keep refreshing it all and doing it all again. So it's really nice and easy to use. So I think that's it. That's the basics of using the board. I hope that I haven't rambled too much, and I hope that it's kind of made more sense for you. I'll quickly click onto my own one just to show you when it's full what you end up with. So this is my personal events and occasions board. I've added some extra ones in here, and you can do the same. You can make your own templates. I'll quickly show you that in a moment. Because I have my grandson to stay once a month, so I've popped in when he's going to be having coming over, so that I can plan events for him. And then because of my personal spiritual beliefs, I've got my Sabbaths and full moons in there as well. So I made templates for those, so that was super easy for me to add them and move them about and what have you. So you can see I've got a very full calendar there. So then this is what I love. I can then go onto my calendar power up, and here I can see at a glance exactly what's happening. I've got my grandson coming that weekend, then it's my daughter's birthday, there's a full moon there, it's my son-in-law's birthday, and then it's the inbox Sabbath. I've got Valentine's Day, a full moon there, and my son's birthday on the 19th. So it's all super simple to see exactly what is coming up. I've got Mother's Day on there, I've got Father's Day, I've got it all on there. And it was super easy to build it all up and do it exactly how I wanted. And I promise you, once you get the hang of using it, especially if you're new to Trello, it might seem a bit much, but it really isn't. And once you get into the habit of doing it, and obviously get into the habit of keeping up to date with checking it, because if you don't check it, then obviously you're not going to know that there's the reminders on there and that you need to buy things and whatnot. So you must also include this into your lists if you're a list person, of once a week at least, to check your Trello boards and see what's happening. Personally for me, I open my Trello board every day and have a look to see what's happening, because I have a lot of different Trello boards for different things. But if I just pop back onto here, say you wanted to make a card to use as a template, then you can do that here. So then you can just add your card, add it as a normal card like you would normally do. If you're used to using Trello, then you'd know how to do that. But let me just say, I'll write template, because then I know that it's my template card. And then I'll write what it is. Say you are interested in keeping a track of the full moons. Probably not, but just in case you were, we'll use that as an example. And then you can write in, add the bits that you want it to have. So actually for the full moon, I don't need it to really do anything. It was just so that I could see that that's when it was going to be at a glance. So, but if you wanted to add a checklist, then you can add your checklist there, and then give it a name and add it in. If you wanted it to have a label, then you can give it a label here. So say you want it to be blue, press on the edit button and give it a name. I should probably say full moon, shouldn't I, rather than just moon. Obviously, there's always a moon. So then you've got your label on there and different things. So you want it all set up exactly how you want it to be, so that it's ready to use and fill out for each time. And then once you've got it all ready and you know that's exactly what you want, then you can come over here and look, it just says there make template. Super simple, give it a tick, done. You've now got a template to use exactly as you've been doing there of those ones, and that might be something that you want to do, or you might not want to. That's entirely up to you. So let me just get rid of that now. There we go. So it's back to how it should be for people. And also when somebody's had their birthday, you can give it a tick as well, like that, so that you know that it's been done. And then you can reset it to the following year. So then I'll just go onto the calendar. Where's it gone? There you go, because I've already got the date on there, it's up here now. I got myself a bit confused then. You can just go through to the next year. There we go. My mother-in-law's birthday will be on a Monday in 2023, and save it and close it and uncheck it because you haven't done it now because it's ready for the next year. So that's how you can keep track on whether you've updated your cards for the following year or not. Yeah, any questions, then do let me know. You can connect with me on social media, or if you go onto my blog, then you'll be able to access my an email address and stuff as well. And let me know if you found it useful. I would love to know. And also tell all your friends if you think it's great. Tell everybody so that people know that this was a good board and that they might like to use it too. But for now, I will say my goodbyes and thanks for watching.